Hello everyone, my name is Matt Scorpion and welcome back to Destiny 2. Now, for this week, I'm not sure there's any active boosters going on. I didn't see any pop-ups when I restarted my characters and everything, but the one pop-up that I did see is the start of Master Kingsfall, which that puts Kingsfall into more of a place that WoW is in before it became not Pinnacle, and that it probably at all times currently has a normal and master mode available, which by the way currently has mobility focused armor. Its usual buffs of more champions, radar disabled, and champion foes, and match game per the usual, but then for some reason it's not displaying the challenge, which this week's challenge is the grass is always greener, which I would say is the Totems challenge if I believe it starts at all points, but at the same time I am not entirely sure of what this challenge is. I wasn't paying attention to that during King's Fall, so I can't say what it is. It'll probably give me until next week to sort out all of those. So aside from that, I'm not sure as well if there's any guaranteed weapon drops like Vault, or if it's completely random adepts like, you know, what's the word? Vow. So whether or not you'll get one guaranteed weapon per encounter or just a random Harrowed, aka Adept weapon, is to be seen. Now, in terms of rotations in the rest of the world, for our Nightfall this week, it is in the Arcadian Valley, which I believe is Inverted Spire. Actually, no, in Exodus Crash. So this week's weapon, I believe we're on the last one, which I think is, it's hard to say what weapon. I'm actually getting this right in time, so once we have the full rotation, I'll be able to say. But currently, at least in terms of Master, we have some decent weird perks. So we have Arachno for Fallen Vandal spawning web mines, Overload Barrier champions, no radar. Then we have Equipment Lock, Match Game, and Mob champions, the usual Master modifiers. Then we also have Shielded Foes, only Solar Shield in this activity. We have Enfilade, which is that there is more ammunition available for machine guns, but less ammunition for anything else. And since it is honestly a cute artboard, I might just recommend that folks bring Thunderlord. I'm not even kidding, they drop so much ammo for machine guns in this modifier that I could use it as a primary weapon. I did that last week, and the same thing can apply to this week. And aside from that as well, Grandmasters will be launching October 4th, which will be 2 weeks from now. So if anyone actually wants to get ready and, you know, power up for that, you have to at least be a certain power level that I always forget. But basically, you have to be Pinnacle Cap and plus 15 on your artifact bonus. So you have 2 weeks to get to Pinnacle Cap as well as plus 15, I believe, is the requirements for that. Now, into the rest of the world, there's nothing new per Gambit, because Gambit is its usual suckiness. And then we have Crucible, which is currently a rotator match is Team Scorched. And Trials will return the end of the week and as well, but there might be a few tweaks, because I'm not even kidding, I saw that No Time to Explain and the BXR Battler were the most kills in Trials. Not any sort of cheesing shotgun, not a hand cannon for once, but No Time to Explain and BXR Battlers were apparently the king of the Dominions today. Or this weekend. But getting into the rest of the world, for our Helm rotations, we have, for our Legend Psyops, we have the Moon for that, and for our Catch rotation, we do have, let's see, Ransax, which is the captain. He was the fight that, during the fight, he would be outside of the barrier, would send a bunch of people into the room where the rally flag is, and then eventually join, and then leave the barrier, send in more enemies, and join, and, you know, the captain that went in and out of the damage phase. Then as well, we have new pirate hideouts and of course a new seasonal mission, new expedition. I don't think we're getting any new expedition areas, so there's that. Then editing Scorpion with another mistake, realizing I forgot the seasonal challenges when I covered other things, so go into those real quick. Basically, complete the 5th week of relics and pirate hideouts and defeating powerful fallen. Then also, in the expedition, gather treasures into the treasure hall and defeat champions, which is basically throwing your relics in the thing, defeating champions. Then we also have summoning crewmates in Catch Crash, as well as completing the medium treasure beacon. That is the riddle. If you've already reset and done all the riddles to earn the Sparrow for the season, you've already completed all that, so that's good. You just need to summon in teammates. You also have Spyglass, which is defeating targets with scout rifles and stasis damage. Defeating combatants in Catch Crash and defeating guardians will allow bonus progress, as usual. You also have Resist and Revolt, which is Acquire Cry Mutiny, the grenade launcher. The seasonal one can be acquired from any of the playlist activities. You also have Superconductor for defeating Guardians in the Crucible, bonus progress if for someone defeated with the help of Arc or Stasis effects. They also have O Captain, which is defeating Cabal and Fallen bosses in Strikes in Vanguard playlists. It can be picked from anything on the map. You don't have to wait for the Vanguard playlist to randomly pick a Fallen or Cabal boss. Just pick one from the map and go for it. Then into the throne world. So speaking of things, now we have Vow Disciple as our weekly raid, which means that all 4 disciple things are active at once, which also means you can do all 4 for master challenges and as well get recovery focused armor. So if you want to do anything for grinding Vow, now is the week to do it, because you can also, I believe, grind out Collective Obligation as well, because that is the weekly thing. You can constantly do it. It's just a matter of, you know, actually killing him that many times to get it to drop. So with that as well, we have, as well with the weekly mission, we have the Arrival, which is the first mission, because obviously it was the last mission, so now it's going to be the first mission, if you wish to redo that for all of the stuff. And into Eternity for Dares of Eternity, for our Legend modifiers, which is actually relevant since a lot of people are doing it, it is currently Vex, Cabal, and Crota for the final round. So go with the Vex, go with the Cabal, which I believe, actually no, that's still going to be Barrier Overload and Unstoppable Barrier for our champions, I believe. So still spec for all those and those respective elements. Then into the rest of the world, like I said, the new seasonal quest has continued and all that sort of things. Now to check at Banshee for our new guns, and then we shall wrap it up. So for our guns, we have Ragenhill D, a pretty good roll in autoloading Demolitionist, although this is of course craftable, so I would say get your hands on this if you need a kinetic shotgun or just something to take its place. I also have Pizzicato 22, which is allegedly a very good SMG. I haven't used this at all, so it's hard to say, but seeing rolls like Ambitious Assassin and Pugilist, which Ambitious Assassin got very much buffed, and options like the ricochet rounds and all that, this seems like it could be actually pretty good. And of course the Suro synergy makes it so that it is a general Crucible focused gun. But you know, that being said, we also have the Snorri FR5, which is another precision frame Amalon, fusion rifle. This roll is pretty good, high impact surplus with things like accelerated order liquid coils can give you some pretty good options regarding your resistance or your charge time, as well as damage, as well as performance. So rolls like this is probably one of those things that makes it next to main ingredient. And you also have Galu RR3, which is another adaptive frame sniper rifle, which rolls a little bit awkwardly. It is an Amalon one, but Amalon doesn't really apply to, you know, snipers except for the reload speed and all that, so it's hard to say. And we also have Palmyra B, which is Impulse Amplifier Explosive Light. A pretty good roll, but at the same time, like Ragenhill, this can be crafted, and if you want a good roll, I would recommend you just spend some time using it, run some strikes, level it up, get the good roll, maybe enhance the perks if you think it's worth it. And then another appearance from Typhon GL5. I'm just going to say that name, the Stasis Grenade Launcher, because I've said it so many times about this gun. Good rolls, definitely can apply to Stasis builds. This roll ain't that great, but it is a generally good grenade launcher. It's just not that great for damage because it's not a aggressive frame. And with that, that is pretty much everything about the reset that is important. Kingsfall Master Mode is upon us. Vow is, I believe, for the first time in its weekly thing, because I think we're at, let's see. Mentally, let me do some counting. So we have Last Wish, that is one, and then we also have Garden of Salvation, that's another, so then there's that. And then after Garden, it's Crypt, then Vault, and then Vow. So yeah, actually, since it is week 5, this is the first time that Vow has been in the rotation, so this is the first time Vow has been so farmable as it is. And with that, my name is Matt Scorpion, and I will see you in the next video.